I'm going to explain about variables, arrays, functions, objects, and loops in JavaScript. We will see each one. First, variables. Variables are containers are used for storing information. JavaScript variables are used to hold values or expressions. There are many types of variables, and first we will see how to declare a variable. A variable can be declared as you can see var var name, and var means can change value and redeclaration allows. This is one type of declaration of variables. And another type, let variable name can change value and redeclaration not allows. And another type is constant variable name cannot change value. As we can see types of declaration, here constant tells that we cannot change the variable value, and redeclaration also not allows. Rules for JavaScript variable names. Variable names are case sensitive. Case sensitive means uh, a small letter and a capital letter both are different variables. Variable names must begin with letter or underscore special character. Here we can see underscore is the underscore and dollar. You can use dollar also. Underscore and dollar are special characters we can use in JavaScript. Next, arrays. We know that arrays are the data structures we can store same data types in arrays. So array is a data type in which we can store data of similar type. So we can see here we can declare array in many types. Here is one of them. Variable array name equal to in set brackets. No, sorry. In square brackets, values and so on. It is one type. And second type is where array name new name of array. Here this new keyword will allocate the memory to the with declared array. And types of methods we can perform on array are concat, shift, push, pop. Concat, we can add two strings using concat, and shift. It is also an array method. Next, push. Push is used to insert an element into the array. And pop. Pop is an method used to remove the element from the array. So these are the methods of the arrays. And next is functions. We all know that functions are used to decrease the space complexity, and functions are mainly used for modularity. Modularity means the big problems are divided into small parts, and small parts is known as modules. So mainly functions are known for them. We can use the block of codes written in functions as many times as we call them, and functions can be operated using the arguments passing through them. Here we can see there are mainly two advantages of functions. One is code reusability and second one is less coding. As I said that modularity is this one, less coding. Next, function syntax. The function, function name, and the number of arguments. So it is opened in set brackets and code is written between the set brackets. So this is the blueprint of the a simple function, and JavaScript functions can have zero or more than zero arguments. We can pass functions with arguments and with no arguments also. And in every function it will have return type. Return type means it will uh, give us the sum. And in functions return type are, they will return some value to the uh, how can I say this? And next topic is objects. In JavaScript, object is an entity having a state and behavior properties like for example, in real world objects are car, pen, bike, glass, keyboard, and so on, etc. etc. JavaScript is an object oriented programming language, and everything in a JavaScript can be defined as an object. Next, creating an object in JavaScript. There are majorly three ways to create an object: by object literal, by creating instance of object directly, means using keyword like new, and next by using an object constructor. And you constructor means it is the having same name as a class. You will see that in classes, and this can also be declared using the new keyword. And you can see here the syntax for creating an object: object equal to property value, property value, property value, and so on. Next, syntax of creating object directly is as we can as we know that variables can be created using var, let, constant, like, so we can use same keywords where object name equal to new. And you also know the new keyword, right? New keyword will allocate the memory. And object means it is a constructor, and here new keyword is used to create object, as I said that. Next, loops. We all know that loops are iterative statements used to perform a particular task for a particular number of time. If you want to print some integers from 1 to 10, we can't print 1, print 2, print 3. So it is an some lengthy process, right? So in that cases, we use loops. There are loops of four types: for loop, while loop, do while loop, for in loop. We will see for loop first. For loop iterates the elements from the fixed number of times. For loop is used when we know the number of iterations before performing the program. Means so let us see. As I said the example before, in for loop we will use if we know particular number of iterations before only. So in that cases for loop is used. So let us see the syntax. For loop, for initialization, condition, increment. Initialization, we will initialize a variable with an starting value, and second one is condition. The loop runs only if the condition satisfied, as long as. And next one is here not only increment, it is the updation. Both increment and decrement can takes place. Either you see this I plus plus or I minus minus, we can use both of them as the situation demands. And another loop, while loop. uh, Here is the difference between the for loop and while loop is, for loop uses only when number of iterations are known, and while loop is used if we know, if we don't know the particular number of iterations has to be performed. So in such cases while loop is used. Here while loop syntax is while loop, condition, and code have to be written in between the set brackets. And here is the example: while loop, condition, and the code, and this code is ended. So it is the while loop. And next one, do while loop. And difference between for loop, while loop, and do while loop is for loop and while loop are uh, entry control loops, and do while loop is exit control loop. Uh, in do while loop, we will check the condition at the ending of the syntax. You see this? In do while loop, we will check the condition after executing the code lines. So it is the difference between for loop, while loop, and do while loop. And for in loop. For in loop is uh, if we want to iterate through every element, so we use for in loop. So these are the topics we used in JavaScript. These are the main pillars of the JavaScript. So thank you.